mit der Akzeptanz der 4 Grundfreiheiten und dazu gehört auch die Freizügigkeit der Personen. Brexit means Brexit.
Hello and welcome to the third Brexitometer of the Martens Center. I'm Angelos and I'm joining you from King's College London, and today we will explore 3 more questions concerning the process of the UK leaving the EU. We had some major news today. The Prime Minister of Scotland, Nicola Sturgeon, announced that she will request another independence referendum. And by coincidence, one of the questions of the week comes from Milica Matanovic, who is asking if Westminster could block a hypothetical new Scottish referendum and what would be the possible outcome of that. Now, Milica, it's interesting that you're asking this question today. It's not a hypothetical anymore. Scotland is asking for a new referendum, and most analysts in London agree that the government would have to grant the wish of Scotland and allow them to hold a referendum. Now, the main question, though, is the timing. When will London allow Scotland to host a new referendum? Most reports show that the government would like Scotland to hold a referendum after the UK has left the EU, so sometime in 2019. Whereas Ms. Sturgeon wants the referendum to take place earlier. We don't know much about how the whole process will unfold. In the future, it's going to be another standoff between Scotland and London at the same time as London is trying to negotiate Brexit. It definitely makes things much more interesting, and we'll definitely come back to that more in the future. Our second question comes from Arlene Puka, who is asking if no trade deal Brexit is an actual option. Actually, we don't really know, because it really depends on which member of the Conservative Party and the May government you're asking. Right now, the chief Brexiteers in the May government, David Davis, Liam Fox, Boris Johnson, are trying to present themselves as pretty relaxed with the idea that maybe the UK is going to leave the EU without any deal. But yesterday, a report from the House of Commons said that should the UK leave the EU without any trade deal, that would basically make the UK put it in the worst position of any developed country trading with the EU. Most analysts agree that a no-deal Brexit is going to be an absolute disaster for the British economy. But right now, we don't know whether this is all just posturing from the British government as it tries to improve its negotiating position, or whether the hardcore Eurosceptic wing of the Tory party wants to leave the EU so much that they would be ready to do it even without a deal in place. Our third question comes from Philip Sivica, who is asking what would be the anticipated short-term impact on the UK market if the Brexit negotiations are triggered. Well, Philip, we actually don't know much, because the markets themselves don't really know where this whole Brexit negotiation will go. I personally should expect that the next months and perhaps a couple of years won't look much different from what they do now. Uncertainty, economic activity will continue as before, but definitely lots of uncertainty as businesses don't really know what the outcome will be. I think what we see, the way the economy has worked since the Brexit vote, is that the economy basically prepares for the worst but hopes for the best. And basically this has created this condition in the economy right now where disaster hasn't really struck, but everybody's worried about it. We will see how the economy develops over the next few months, but my prediction is that it's still going to be this calm before the storm thing, where everybody will be eagerly expecting for the final negotiation outcome while minding their own business. So this was another Brexitometer. Thank you for joining me. Remember, you can always send me your questions using the hashtag Brexitometer on Twitter and Facebook.
Mit der Akzeptanz der 4 Grundfreiheiten und dazu gehört auch die Freizügigkeit der Personen. Brexit means Brexit.